she's asking for. Spill the drink onto the bed. That's just between her and her friend. But it made it hard to sleep till her head felt even worse. And I hope that she felt miserable when it was time to go to work. Her and her friend just did it as revenge. So any excess pain you feel isn't any consequence. But don't feel bad, cause you didn't stand a chance. You can make a hasty exit, that's how they handle it in France. Little consolation, even if you always knew it. So any nasty things I say are purely therapeutic. Go upstairs, don't close the door. Why don't you give her what she's asking for? Spill the drink onto the bed. That's just between her and her friend. Close the door, leave on the light, and kiss her for a little while. Liquor soaked into the sheets. She said it's getting late, you better leave.
I'm not budging until you tell me why. Please, not until you can look me straight in the eye and tell me you want me, 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 tell me you want me. Go away and never come back again. Go away. Please, go away. Go away. Please, go away. Please.
She was found wandering through the city clothed in night apparel. She drank and raved over her broken hopes. She was found groping in the dark through the halls of public buildings. And one day, she was no longer young.
Sit here with me for a while. Talk to me. Where did you go when you went from me long ago? You always go away. And there's always the sound of you going away. Why do I come here? And remember. Remember what? Remember what?
She was sexy, she was sweet, running barefoot in the street, sipping wine out of a flask, drinking vodka by the glass. Yeah, she used to knock them back as fast as they would burn them up. Still sexy, but she's sad, and the headache's coming on. Only dancing out of habit, she doesn't recognize the song. How can the nights be getting long when time feels like it's speeding up? She used to crush the pill right between her fingers. It used to kill the feeling, but now the feeling lingers. And she did the drugs for fun, but now she does them just to stay up. Just to stay up. Just to stay up. Just to stay up. Just to stay up.
And that's all you get. Find me a drink. Find me a drink. Pity. You've had enough. I know. But you're a friend of mine. No drink. Lend me $2. I don't have it. Then I'll lend you some. $100. We want to go home.
Yo at the bar, she could tell he was a star. By the way he wore his baseball cap slung low across his eyes. While beauties live and die, these playboys stay full forever young. Which handsome stylish Raymond puts his hands around her waist as she stumbles up the stairs in a state of perfect grace. They would hold her just to hold her, but now it's 'cause she can't stand up. Running for the pleasure, wearing down the flesh, and she has to go to sleep now, but she used to go to bed eyes closed because she felt it, but now it's 'cause she can't wake up. 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 She can't wake up.
There, young man. Did you enjoy your dance? Bye.
What's your pleasure?
I get it. Jim. Jim's my place.
Well, drink away.
Stop. You're making fun. Stop. Help, show me. Show you.
You gotta put down that song. Get it.
No one will ever know. No one will ever know. No one will ever know. No one will ever know.
What?
This place we're in. This time.
Cigarette between her fingers and a drink in her hand. She thought about the days when her looks were still in demand and wondered where the time had gone. When did everything go wrong? No more flowers at her door. No more phone calls to wait up for. And she just wanted to die. But it was easier. It was easier to cry, Remembered fingers running through her hair as she wept. Got up to fix another drink and cursed the memory she kept. But Jack would ease her heavy heart, and Jim would keep her from the dark. Woke up in her clothes and she smiled. Said romance was out of style. She just wanted to die. But it was easier. It was easier to cry. Tears for the cause, tracks for the lost, betrayed by the heart, waiting for sorrow to dissolve. But it's so easy to, it's so easy to. wrapped her pantyhose around his neck, and he could feel their magic working, keeping him from harm, away to someplace mystical and warm, his lucky charm. I'm just gonna stay till you tell me to go. I only wanna hear what I already know. But I just wanna hear it said out loud. Leave me alone, goddamn, you get out. I'm just gonna stay till you tell me to leave. I'll climb onto your bed and I'll get under the sheets, just until you look me straight in the eye. Point to the door, say good luck and goodbye. Stay till you give me a reason. I'm not gonna let you let me down easy. Not until I hear it straight from your mouth. He's coming over, I don't want you to know. So I'm just gonna sit here and stare at your lips. I won't read it in your face, I won't take any hints. You only use me till someone real came along. Tell me the truth or tell me I'm wrong.
To tell you, who said you already knew? What good a word? What good a word? Your time is up. Your time is up. What good a word? What good a word? I was as honest as I knew how to be. What good a word? What good a word? Your heart break. What good a word? What good a word? I couldn't betray you. What good a word? Your time is up. Your time is up. What good a word? What good a word? You tricked me into loving you.
I'm telling you that very frankly and honestly. If I did fall in love with you, it would still have to end in the same way.
Why didn't you come home?
And didn't, but then you did. And it was already tomorrow. And you told me how you had an uncle who played the villain in those movies, and how he died, and then you cried. And you apologized profusely. And I was nervous that this was as good as I could ever feel. And I was right.
I was wishing that we were two other people who need not say
I
goodbye.
confess to thinking sex was my salvation. Really, they just started with the letter S. You'll forgive me for thinking heaven was her bedroom. As close as I would ever get. As close as I would ever get. My favorite records from your apartment, kissing you before you left me for New York. Weren't you a princess or an heiress, or just the daughter of a rich man in this land of constant sunshine that you never have to work? New York City's cold, and when you love someone you should hold on to them so tightly till you crush them or they wriggle from your grasp. You don't just stand there and say nothing, but at least I learned my lesson. And I confess to thinking sex was my salvation. Really, they just started with the letter S. You'll forgive me for thinking heaven was her bedroom. It's as close as I would ever get. It's as close as I would ever get.
And there's a song there that's coming from, from inside
to like looking at your eyes, playing piano and staring out your window in the middle of the night, from your house on the hill. I was hoping that you wouldn't forget me, but I know you will. So don't go around saying there's no such thing as love. You can't go trading places. Don't forget that I am the cynical one. Wine and roses are fine, but I like the harder stuff. Still remember when too much was never enough. So don't go around saying there's no such thing as love. You can't go trading new places. Don't forget that I am the cynical one. 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 Sleeping with the enemy. I know we'd said we'd be true. I know you're stranded in the forest if you don't, abandoned if you do. So don't go sleeping with the enemy. If my imagination's getting ahead of me, then let it be known that I can't make it alone. So get but you will with the enemy. So don't go sleeping with the enemy. Then everybody gets to be a hero. Can you hear me? Are you alive? Do you know that there's a war? Don't go sleeping with the enemy. Don't forget that we